Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm just going to be giving you an update on the Blue Bolt shrimp tank. So, over these past couple of weeks, I've actually had an explosion in the amount of babies. So there's a bunch right here. There's one right here, and there's a bunch right here. I have at least around about 50 probably, and I still have the same 10 adult shrimp that I had before. And on this tank, I basically do no maintenance. It's basically just topping off the water. So whenever the water level goes down, I just fill it up with RO water. I just heat up the RO water, make sure it's like 75-ish degrees, and then pour it back in. And I haven't done a single water change on this tank since I set the tank up. So these kind of shrimp are not hard at all. All I think you guys need is just substrate. Like really no maintenance, and just feed some one of the shrimp foods like Vector AE or something. Those shrimp foods are really good, and just have a bunch of cover. Well, like yeah. So what I do is like basically it's like my easiest tank I have. Out of every tank, it's probably the easiest one. And it looks the nicest too. That's the surprising thing. Like all the plants just start growing and it looks nice. And all I run is an airline, so no filter, no water changes, nothing. Just once the water level goes like this low, like kind of this high-ish, I just pour another gallon of RO water back in. So I think that's just the most important part, using RO water uh and substrate. So just have a active substrate, RO water, and you should be good. You really don't need that much maintenance and stuff. Like you guys can see right here, I've only had these shrimp for about 4 months now. So I bought originally 10 adults, and I still have all 10. I don't know. They always hide somewhere, so they're just kind of somewhere in the tank, but I'm not sure where. Um, yeah. So what I do for this tank is I basically feed Bacter AE twice a week. So it's like a little powdered fine pellet, not pellet, but like powdered food, and I just drop it in. I mix it up in like a little cup container thingy, and then feed the shrimp. So the plants in this tank have been doing pretty well. So I put in originally like a couple of these dwarf sage sticks, or plants, I guess, and then they've spread runners around everywhere, and they're doing good. I also threw in some of the pink flamingo crypt from the other tank. It kind of got uprooted in the other tank, so I was just like, okay, you know what? Let's throw it in here. And I need to add some more leaves. See, like how there's holes in the leaves. You can kind of see like this getting eaten through. That's the shrimp. So like they always graze on the leaves, and then they start eating like the biofilm and stuff, and they eat the leaf itself. So here's another um, baby shrimp right here. And there's one of the adults. You can't really see it because there's a lot of moss, and the moss in this tank has been doing well. It's just the one thing with moss. I used to have Hydra in here, so I sprayed, or like poured in some hydrogen peroxide, right? And for some reason, the hydrogen peroxide like reacts with the moss and just like kills it. I have no idea why. I found that like whenever I dumped a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in, it just starts killing the moss, and like the insides turn brown. Like the moss rebounds, like it turns fine. Like right now it looks okay, but the middle of it kind of turns green. So like all the old growth will turn kind of like brownish. So you can kind of see it right here, where the sprig right here is kind of like brown, while the new shoots are green. The whole thing's supposed to be green, but because I used hydrogen peroxide, it's just kind of turning brown. So in this tank, I also added oh, what is this called? I forgot what it's called. It's a plant that wasn't doing too well in the bigger tank. And in this tank, I have like a bunch of celestial pearl daniofry. So I think you guys can see them. They look pretty clear. So what I've been doing is in this tank, I've been breeding the celestial pearl danios, and I use this cup thing, and then they just lay eggs in there. It's usually on the bottom, but I just took it out to collect the eggs, and I just drop them in here, and I've been getting like these fry, and they've been doing good. So I think I have around 10 or so, something like that. So yeah, okay, here's a cool shot. 1 second. So what you basically, all the shrimp all hide under here, so it's like really cool to see all the babies just kind of fall down. I don't know. They all start coming off the moss, and like, I don't know. I just like looking at this sometimes. Like I do it occasionally. I just lift up all the moss, and then It's like a bunch of baby shrimp everywhere. So yeah, what I'm trying to do with this is get like a blue shrimp like this. And some of the ones I have right now are kind of white. So I have to start culling soon. And soon I'll have enough shrimp to start culling. So like most of these are okay. I hope they start coloring up more when they're larger. But like some of the ones I have are like almost pure white. And it's kind of like, what? Because I don't have that many white ones. Most of my breeding females are this size. But I just have this one male that's like almost fully white. And I should have, in hindsight, I should have culled him like months ago, so I wouldn't get all these white babies. Like this one right here is kind of white. So what I want to do is try to get them all like this. So maybe they'll take another year probably to get them all that color, maybe longer than a year. So I just hope I can do that. And I'm also like planning on raising a bunch of the Celestial Pearl Danios. So I want to get around 50 or so. And in this tank, these guys lay like probably around a couple eggs a day. So I have one trio in here. So I collect the eggs every 3 days. So a bunch of them probably get eaten, but I usually get around 5 or 6 eggs every time I collect them. So, yeah. So this tank is doing good. I've been getting a lot of shrimp. So don't listen to the people that say that the Caridian shrimp are super hard. They're actually really easy. I basically do zero maintenance on this tank, pretty much. I just have a bunch of plants and just like stuff, and you can kind of see my results. This is 4 months, so it's not even that long. Like they start breeding out pretty fast. It might take a bit longer if you buy them from like an imported source or something, but I got these locally sourced, so they were already basically adapted to my water. So yeah, and they're really easy, super cool, and they look really nice. I think they're really rewarding, and they're a good breeding for profit. So I like really enjoy this line of shrimp, so that's why I got them. But I kind of also was like, okay, you know what? I'll breed a bunch and then I'll sell them and I can pay for my saltwater stuff. So yeah, so these retail for about like $10 a shrimp, so I could probably get $4 or so from the store, or like $5 or $6 from someone locally. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.